All right, ladies and gentlemen, the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash the True Inferno. Back at it with another Throwback Tunes on, you guessed it, another Thursday, and I am reviewing Blackout by Method Man and Redman. So this is, believe it or not, the debut studio album from both of them together. Now, obviously, they both came out with individual records, price or albums prior to this. Like, for example, I just reviewed Method Man's first two albums, which came out before Blackout, and Redman came out with Doc in the Name 2000, which came out in 1998, a year before Blackout. So you get the point. So they both came out with albums separately, but this is the first time they came out with album together. And the joint came out September 28, 1999, and it was recorded from 1998 up to 1999. And it was under Def Jam Recordings, and the producers involved were DJ Scratch, Goldmatic, that's new, Mathematics, Reggie Noble, obviously, Rockwilder, Wizard, RZA, and Eric Summit. So yeah, there you go with that. Now, the singles from this album were also popular videos, which were mainstay on MTV and BET, and there is a sequel to this called Blackout 2, which I'm more than likely will review next week, since it is 10 years old older, barely. All right, so let's take a look at some background info on this album. Originally, the name of the album was to be America's Most Blunted, so that's what would be a Z, so AMERIKAZ, America's Most Blunted. It was advertised as that for months before the release, but they changed it to the more commercially acceptable Blackout. So that's interesting. The CD version of the album features 3 previously released bonus tracks, which we're not going to review as part of this album, because 2 of them were from their individual albums, and then the third was from a soundtrack. So yeah, there you go with that. All right, let's take a look at the charts real quick. So Blackout was number 3 on the Billboard 200, number 1 on the top R&B/hip hop albums charts, number 12 on the top rap albums charts, number 3 on the Canadian album charts, 33rd, what's up with these number 3s? 33rd on the National Syndicate of Phonographic Publishing, basically France, 36th in the GFK Entertainment charts, aka Germany, 36 again on the Dutch charts, or the GFK Dutch charts, or the Mega chart, aka the Netherlands, and 45th, finally a different number from 3, on the official album charts, which is basically the United Kingdom. And the album sold around 1,575,000 copies, and it was platinum by the RIAA and the MC, and gold in the BPI. So it was really good. It was really, really, really good. Now let's take a look at the tracks. So there's 16 tracks, and there's like 2 skits, which means I can only give you guys the top 3, not the top 5, unfortunately. All right, let's move on. The first track is called A Special Joint, and that's the intro. Intro is in parentheses. Next up is Blackout, followed by Mikasa. Next up is actually one of the 3 singles off this album, Why You, basically You. And y'all may, if y'all heard this one, y'all may be like, oh, I forgot about this track. So I would admit, when I first heard this, I did too. I was like, oh snap, this was dope back then too. So how they title it is it's abbreviated, Why, period U period, no, Why period O period U period. There we go. Track number 5 is called 4 Seasons, so we're talking the number 4, 4 Seasons, featuring LL Cool J and Ja Rule, which is very interesting. Track number 6 is called Serial Killer, featuring Blue Raspberry, followed by, okay, this is, in my opinion, my all-time favorite Method Man song, my all-time favorite Redman song, and my all-time favorite Method Man and Redman song, so as a duo, and both of them are individual. This is my all-time favorite song that they did, separately and together. The Rockwilder. I mean, y'all should know about this one. D-A, and then Rockwilder, which is spelled without the slang, the E-R, not the A at the end. But you get the point. That track, yeah, we get more of that later. And that's actually the second single off this album. Now let's talk about the first single off this album. Track number 8, Tear It Off. Track number 9 is called Where We At, which is a skit, followed by 1212, like the actual numbers. Track number 11 is called Mad Crew, because there's like 3 A's in that word. M-A-A-A-D, Crew. There we go. Track number 12 is called One for Cover, the number 4, featuring Ghostface Killer and Street Life. Followed by The Question, but instead of the word question, they got the actual symbol, the question mark symbol. Track number 14 is called That with a D. That with a D. So that's that, and then depending on which version, like on Wiki they censor the word shit, but like if you were to probably look on the album cover, I don't know, it probably actually spelled the entire word. But basically the title of this track is called That's That Shit, featuring Mally G and Young Z. Track number 15 is called Cheka, Cheka, and track number 16 is called Fire. Okay, hold on. Fire in a Hole, not in the hole, but in the hole. I-N-A, yeah, in a hole, and H-O-L-E, not H-O-E, in case you're wondering. All right, let's take a look. Well, there's not much info regarding the 3 singles. Tear It Off, all 3 did make the charts. Tear It Off came out first, August 17, 1999, the day before my birthday, which is pretty cool. And it was 52nd on the top R&B slash hip hop, the hot R&B slash hip hop songs chart. And it was 16th on the hot rap songs chart. And that was pretty much it, really. All right, next up is the Rockwilder. So this joint came out October 26, 1999. Now there is a music, I don't know if there was a music video for Tear It Off. I don't recall that. I could be wrong on that, but I don't recall that having a music video. But and actually, it might have. Wait a minute. No, it don't have. I don't know if it had a music video or not. But moving on, the Rockwilder certainly did. That certainly had a music video. And let's look at the charts for this one real quick. So the Rockwilder was 51st on the hot R&B slash hip hop songs charts, 14th on the the hot rap songs charts, 181st in France, the National Syndicate of Pornographic Publishing, France, and 161st out in the UK, which is the UK singles charts. So yeah, very interesting there. And again, that one did indeed have a music video. Now the third track, the third single off this album is called You, obviously, and that joint came out as a single January 18th of the year 2000, and that did make the charts. 69th on the hot R&B slash hip hop songs charts, 18th on the hot rap songs charts, and that's pretty much it. All right, let me give you guys my favorite tracks off this album, and I want to say You had a music video. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say You did have a music video. I don't remember, but I could be wrong with that. All right, let me give you guys my favorite tracks off this album for worst to first. So, Serial Killer, the worst track off this album, mostly by comparison. The beat pattern was straight. The tempo is really cool. And you're going to hear that a lot. The tempo is really cool throughout, the majority of these songs, by the way. The melody is cool. The bass is cool. Same with the kick. The snare is really cool. Overall, the track is cool. Next up, That's That Shit. Tempo is cool. Melody, the sample, melody or sample is straight. The bass is cool. The kick is straight. The snare is cool. Overall, the track is cool. Next up is Mad Crew. The tempo is cool. The melody was straight. The bass guitar, because this is obviously a bass guitar, that was cool. Same with the kick. The snare is straight. Overall, the track is cool. Tear It Off. The tempo is really cool, but the melody was just straight. The bass was cool. Same with the kick. The snare was just straight. Overall, the track is cool. Next up is Fire in the Hole. The tempo is excellent. The melody slash sample here is cool. Same with the bass, but should be more banging in my opinion. The kick is cool. Same with the snare. Overall, the track is cool. One for cover. The tempo is really cool. The sample here is cool. Need a bass though. The kick is cool nevertheless. The snare is cool, but still weak. The track sounds off at times. Like, okay, so like with the rhythm, it sounds off. So when the sample like changes a bit, like it uses a different note, you can hear it. Like it don't mess this up too well. It don't follow the pattern. So I don't remember the tempo off the top of my head since I heard the song earlier today, but it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice the rhythm here, and then when the sample changes a bit, it'll be like, so it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and something like that. It's weird. Like what? Like really? But it's still cool though. Despite all that, the track is still cool nevertheless. 1, 2, 1, 2 is next. The tempo is excellent. The melody is cool. Same with the bass, but needs a whole lot of it. The kick is cool. Same with the snare. Overall, the track is cool. Cheka. The tempo is cool, but it should be a bit faster, which is a shocker. The melody is cool. The bass is cool. The kick is really cool. Same with the snare. Overall, the track is cool. Next up is The Question. The tempo is cool. The melody is cool, but a bit lackluster in my opinion. The bass is really cool though. Same with the kick and the snare. Overall, the track is really cool, mostly because of the bass and the kick and the drums. Mikasa. The tempo is really cool. melody is cool, the bass is really cool, the kick is cool, the snare is really cool for this type of beat anyway. Overall, the track is really cool. Then we got Blackout. The tempo is really cool, melody is really cool, the bass is cool, same with the kick, the snare is really cool. Overall, the track is really cool. Now I'm about to give you guys my top 3 best track or favorite tracks, or to me, the 3 best tracks off this album. Number 4 is 4 Seasons. The tempo is really cool. I say number 3 and number 4 because, yeah, whatever. Number 3 is 4 Seasons. The tempo is really cool, same with the melody. The bass is cool, same with the kick. The snare is really cool. Overall, the track is really cool. Second best track off this album is You. The tempo is really cool, same with that melody. The bass is cool, but disappears in the second half of each bar. So, like, if you know what a bar is, then you probably know what I'm talking about. A bar consists of 2 lines. So when they say their first line of that bar, you can hear the bass. But when they get to the second line of the bar, the bass disappears. I'm like, yeah, I wanted to hear a little bit more of that bass in the second half of the bar. But whatever, it's still a classic track. The kick is cool, snare is really cool, overall the track's really cool. I mean, come on, number 1 is the Rockwilder. I mean, without question, this is a major classic right here. The tempo is excellent. The melody is really cool. The bass is cool. The kick is really cool. The snare is cool. The track is really cool. That intro build-up is epic. And again, this is my all-time favorite Method Man and Redman track right here. So yeah, the Rockwilder, the best track off of this album without question. All right, let me give you guys some professional ratings real quick. Well, actually, there are some right here. Okay. The Rolling Stones give it a 4 out of 5 stars, and they say it's a tight ass, not ASS, but a tight AS. A tight ass drum album in an era of half-assed, there it is, effort. Half-assed it, ASSED, effort. So there you go. Okay. Entertainment Weekly said, they gave it an A-. They said the following: when hip-hop's most playfully created rhyme stylists roll down like 2 Super Balls in a rubber room, they're unstoppable and make rap's most joyous ride. Dang, I can't read tonight. Next up is The Riot. No grade, but they did have a statement. Skull Funk. Redman moans a melody of dank basement isolation while on serial killer rather, he sabotages over vamping guitar. Meth, aka Method Man, executes some talks simple passion, how you pronounce that joint, on which he syllabus alternate cadence with producer Eric Summon's dumpiest track of the LP. Wow, okay. And then we got the source, and they said this, and basically they included in the source top 100 albums of the year 1999. So there you go with that. What do I think about this album? I mean, this album started off really strong. I mean, Blackout, Mikasa, You, 4 Seasons. It started off really strong. Obviously, the Rockwilder, tear it off. And then it kind of died down a little bit near the end of this album. But this is still a great album. A lot of good songs. You and the Rockwilder. Those were excellent choices for singles, especially the Rockwilder. I'm going to have to give this album a 4.25 out of 5. I recommend you download it and you keep it. If you have a physical copy, that is great. So yeah, 4.25 out of 5. I recommend you download it and you keep it. At the very least, you download it. Alright, so I'm gonna call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is your boy New J Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.